Hello and welcome back to my Dandelion Diaries. Today we are continuing on with the 30 inks 30 days challenge that I have set for myself in July, where on the 31st day I will be doing a full review of all of the inks I had swatched this month. And so for today's ink we have Pelikan Edelstein's Rose Quartz. And I decided to ink this up into my Conklin 1898 Misto green pen. I love all of the swirls in this one. I don't reach for this pen as often as I should, and I definitely am excited to see how the pink matches the big pink blob that I have in this resin. The combination of the Pelikan Rose Quartz with this Conklin Misto Green was actually pretty pleasant. This ink is very dry in pretty much anything I put it in, but surprisingly in this Conklin it did very well and had a very nice flow with the medium nib that this pen has. I will say that I struggled a bit with writing in the beginning of my writing sample just because I am getting to the very last pages of this notebook and it's getting harder to write, so I have flipped the book in on itself. And I also seem to have, I guess, really sweaty hands today because I kept losing my grip on this pen. The pen is a pretty shellacked resin and it is pretty warm here in Texas, so naturally being sweaty is kind of like a factor when it's hot, but it just wasn't a super comfortable writing experience with this all together based on how the notebook was positioned, how my hand kept slipping in the pen. The only thing I really liked was the way the ink flowed out of this nib. I will say this pink is pretty bright, but it is still a baby pink, and a lot of the shading didn't come through. So the ink has a little bit of shading with like a purple halo effect, and even on the medium nib it didn't do what I wanted. So overall, rating out of 5 being the best, 1 being the worst, I would probably give this a 2.5. I don't even think this was, I don't know, this is kind of average but not really average. Maybe 2 out of 5. I don't think I would pair these two together in the future. I would rather pick another pink, maybe like my Birmingham Pen Company Magnolia Mirage, or even something like more of a green ink like the Diamond Classic Green. Yeah, I wasn't in love with this one. Anyways, I want to thank you so much for watching, for joining me here today for day 22 of my 30 inks and 30 days challenge. I hope to see you here again tomorrow for day 23, where we will continue on with more inks from my collection.